Welcome to the Adopt a Door project. I hope to inspire you or your group to make a decoration for a nursing home resident, a veteran, or a neighbor to brighten their door and show them someone cares. Today I'm going to show you how to make the pumpkin door decoration out of my fall book. Okay, the first thing you need are some grocery bags. You don't want to use anything that has print, and you don't want to use the piece that has the seam. So cut a piece that's fairly rectangular because it needs to match your pumpkin pattern, which you find in the book. Okay, take your pattern that's in the book and lay it on the copy machine and copy it onto cardstock paper. And then what I like to do is put the cardstock paper on a piece of cereal box cardboard, just because it makes it a little bit more durable. And again, write on the back which book your pattern came out of in case they get misplaced. Okay, then what I can do is take the pattern again, take a plastic lid or just a piece of plastic and lay it over. And you're going to mark it with a magic marker to get the stencil for the face. And then take your scalpel and carefully cut on the lines. Okay, next thing you want to do is take your pumpkin shape piece of grocery bag and you're going to paint it. And I'm not going to take the time to show you how to paint it. We all know how to paint. And this is what it's going to look like. And it's going to curl. No matter what, it's going to curl like that. Just take an iron, turn it upside down, and flatten it out. This one was curled even worse than the other one, and it flattened real good with an iron. You can use the advertisement part on the back of your pumpkin. You just don't want it on the front of your pumpkin because it might show through your paint. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, and this is the fun part, put your stencil on top of your pumpkin after that paint is dry. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, if you have another stencil, like a decoration that you've used in the past, or this one I found at the Dollar Tree. It's a little too small. If it was bigger, it would have worked real well, and then you wouldn't have to go through this stage. Okay, so put your stencil on your pumpkin, and you can either use a marker or an elusive crayon that I cannot find. Oh, here it is. Found it. I like the crayon look actually better. You can color them in at the same time if you want. Okay, then lift up your stencil. Okay, then what you're going to do is turn your pumpkin over. And I keep forgetting to cover my table. I use game board pieces I have no use for. Okay. You need to put some hot glue and then you're going to put your filling on top of that, either the fiber fill pillow stuffing, shredded newspaper, plastic bags, anything like that. And I'm going to switch over here since I didn't prepare my filling for another one. But you just need a little bit. And if you don't have hot glue, I used on this one actually a glue stick and some double-sided tape. Okay, now comes the time when you need your rectangular piece of grocery bag that you cut. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to put the hot glue around the edges. That's why you don't want to put that filler all the way near your edges. Okay, what I like to do is put my paper under and then very carefully, so I don't get burnt with the glue. Whoa! Just push it down so it seals. You might have to add a little bit more. That's okay. Yep, I'm going to have to add some. Well, that might work. Oh, there's some more over here I need. Okay, after that's sealed really good, take your scissors and just trim. You don't really need it behind the stem. Okay. And what I would do too, if you have some extra that you painted, is just practice on there with your stencil. On this one I added some lines to it, but just practice a little bit. Okay, then next thing I would do is punch my holes for the hanger. And again, you can use wire. I pick up any kind of wire I see at yard sales. Or you could use, if a child is making this or you're helping a grandchild make this, a glitter pipe cleaner. And especially if you're making this with a child, put some pony beads on there. And I'll show you a couple other pumpkins that I've already decorated, but that's really all there is to it. And then you would attach that to that side. Okay, let me show you a couple other ones that I've made. And also, you can put a sealer on it, like Mod Podge, if you'd like, before you start decorating it. Okay, this one was crayon, like the one we did. This one did not turn out. Stencil and paint. The paint just went everywhere. That did not work, so don't use paint. This one had a different face. But again, the pony beads. And this one had wire and pony beads. And another one I made with a Bengal. And to make these flowers on a flower loom, I show you on another video. Oh, this one I used a marker to color it in. And see, every one you use kind of gives it a different effect. And there's one last one. Marker, and this one had a gloss Mod Podge finish to it. I think I would use a matte, and that makes it look more like wood. Or you don't even have to use a finish. And then don't forget, in the back of your craft book, I always have a page of cards that you can copy on the copy machine, and they say the Adopt a Door project, this door was adopted by, especially if you're going to give it to a neighbor or, like I said, a veteran or a nursing home resident. It just makes such a difference. I've seen it in their eyes. Rather than a little scribbled name, put a picture of the child that made that for that resident. And that's all there is to make a grocery bag pumpkin.